You got a sound you want to play, or just fuck it?
All right, gentlemen.
You're alive?
Yeah.
595.
Unreal.
We are live. So,
Did you just knock your front tooth out?
Whoopsie daisy.
I guess welcome everybody to Side by Side Blog Live, episode 1. This is the first one ever. So, big moment here.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah, we're here in the.
Nick is super nervous. I can tell by his face.
He'll
I
come
really
down.
like these microphones.
You'll be maybe you just want to sit back for a minute.
So, we're here in the moon room in Doug's basement.
Boom.
Yep, Side by Side Blog Studio.
We're at, Side by Side Blog Studio.
That's where we're
We're
at.
here looking over the Earth, which is round. All you flat Earth people. So there's that. This is a picture live. This is
Studio.
Irma. Yeah,
Irma's coming in hot, dude.
That's bad
real,
news.
real hot.
She's coming in hot.
I feel like that's something we shouldn't be joking about.
You're not wrong,
40
Doug.
seconds into our first episode. So,
That's
anyways,
a solid point.
this is our first try at anything like this, not on a phone. So there's a lot of new technology that we're not too used to. So and there's a lot of things we got planned. This is pretty basic just to get us started. So
Yep.
if anybody out there watching is having trouble, right, we're going to try to monitor live comments. So if you can't hear us, if you're having troubles with the stream, if anything's wrong, speak up and we'll try to fix it either now or for future episodes.
Yeah, absolutely. So are you watching the live stream where you can see comments?
I can see our stream, but I can't see comments yet. So
Okay, right there. Those are comments.
Okay. Oh, live chat. Holy moly.
Wow. There's a lot of people live chatting.
Really?
Welcome, everybody.
Yeah, dude. This
Hello.
is cool.
So is that live right there?
That's live, man.
All right,
yeah.
so you can monitor those. as we
Razor
go.
Killer said back to your regularly scheduled programming. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not.
I don't know.
So we did have a little trouble. We did have a little trouble with the feed, so we had to shut things down and restart. So that's why we started a couple minutes late. But
Yeah.
Epic fail.
I mean, it could have been worse.
All right. So first things first.
Yeah. So
This is it.
anything you guys want us to talk about, feel free to shout it out. We got a few topics kind of
Yep.
in mind that we wanted to start with. So obviously there's some 2018 news.
Right. Very exciting.
News.
2018 News.
From a few manufacturers. So
Right.
the new Maverick video came out today.
I'm not sure I've seen a more disappointing video.
I don't even
It's
know.
like watching water.
I don't even,
How's it?
I don't even know
Bang,
how
bang,
much
bang,
it's
bang.
worth talking about. I mean,
So, what the deal on the new Maverick is, in my opinion, is it's not going to be a single-seater. They talked about stuff we haven't tackled before, yada, yada. I just don't think there's any way it's a single-seater.
I don't.
Why would they still call it a Maverick?
I don't think so. We've ridden quite a bit, right? Been to a lot of places. I think I can count on one hand the number of freaking aces I've seen on the trail. They don't seem exactly popular.
No.
I can't imagine why Can-Am would screw around with
They
one.
just seem so weird. It's like a single seat. It's like a four-wheeler with a cage on it. That's it.
Right,
And
and
a
I
seat.
Yeah, and it's like they're axing the Gen 1 Mav, right? So that doesn't show up in like 2018 parts catalogs. That's like the
Okay. Yeah.
the knowledge that maybe people don't know.
And it makes sense. I mean, that thing's been around for a long time. It's pretty outdated at this
She was a
point.
good
so-
unit.
It was a good unit. The Maverick was pretty good, man. That was. I wish we had more blog content with the Maverick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like mine a lot. I miss
I
it.
liked watching yours.
When it was close to paid off and a couple years old, just
Just
didn't care at
beating
all.
the hell out of it.
Yeah. That Doug was he was a real reckless guy.
That was a different Doug.
Yeah,
that
it
was like
was.
a Doug 1.0. This is Doug Gen 2.
I don't know. I feel like lately you've seen like a couple glimpses of Doug 1.0. Mad
Oh,
Doug
yeah.
in the
that's
YXC.
true.
The
so-
Drummond
true.
In
rock
fact,
climb that
Yeah, I
nobody's
didn't,
seen
I
yet.
didn't tell you guys this, but my lower A-arm on the right side is bent.
Oh, from the rock climb?
Probably from the rock
Oh, my
climb
God.
in Drummond zone.
Epic fail.
So yeah, viewers, you haven't seen that yet. That's a video that's to come.
Yeah,
It's coming.
That's next on our docket. So that was one of the ones where we have 15 million camera angles and 20 billion gigabytes of video footage. But
Oh my gosh, there's so many comments. I just need to come to brimstone from a couple of guys. People seem to not like the Ace, so I think everybody agrees with us. They're just
It'd be cool, like,
Garbage.
yeah,
if nobody knew you had it, you just rode it around your back.
that's a good point. A 6'5" idiot goes out in a 900
I met
Ace.
this guy one time, dude. This freaking I went to Silver Lake on a Monday one time, and there was nobody there except for one dude parked next to me.
Okay.
The 6'6" fucking redneck dude pops out of nowhere. Hey man, I got this Ace. Like, it was so weird. He's like, hey, I got it done up. I got these panels. It looks so weird.
loser.
Oh, dude, yeah, Ace.
It was
I don't
just
know.
so weird. Yeah, I'm like,
It
dude,
would
you're
be
a pretty
fun.
big guy. You never think about
Yeah,
just
I
a
know.
full-size side-by-side?
Yeah, it's not like the differential in price is really that big. What is the big Ace? 12K?
Is that what it is?
Is it?
I don't
Yeah, I
know,
thought
man.
it was 12K for
Is
the
it
900
really?
XC.
Never looked at them
I
seriously
never looked
enough
at
to
it.
know.
I mean, go to Abernathy's, you get an XP1K for 14.5.
Out the door.
Out the door pricing.
That's bullshit.
It is bullshit.
So yeah, I don't see Can-Am building a single seater.
Hell no.
But like you talked about earlier today, they do have a gap in their lineup.
But
with
you
the
never
Gen 1
know.
Mav
Yeah,
going
you
away.
really do
The
never know.
X3 is so big, right?
It's too big.
Even the narrow ones are long, and they're still 64-inch, so they don't really have a narrow trail machine.
Right.
And they're too big for a lot of people, I feel like. So they got to
Yeah.
fill that gap with something.
There's still a market for it. You never know. People still like buying weird shit.
That's a good point. I don't know. I feel like the sport market, like the trail sport market, is bigger than the pure sport market.
Holy smokes, guys! You're gonna have to calm down on the comments. We cannot keep up.
Oh no,
they're rolling in so fast. They're rolling in.
I don't want anybody to calm down in the comments. Just
All right.
comment all you want, and then we'll just hit them as we get them.
We'll try to get to them.
Okay, so
Ace is like dating a fat chick. It's cool until your friends see her.
Like I said,
G4
as long as you
off-road,
keep
thanks
it in
for
the backyard.
comment.
I mean, fat chicks have their place in this world.
Good people.
All right, so I mean, there's that video that came out today. If you guys want to see it, you can search the new Maverick. We could watch it. I don't really have the picture-in-picture figured out yet,
Right.
so maybe just go look at it
It's
yourself.
not that, like I said.
You know what?
It's
pretty lame.
There's an
pretty-
article written by a genius writer on the website SideBySideBlog.com.
do it.
The featured article right now is the new Maverick, so go check that out if you haven't. There's some rumor stuff in there we talk about.
Love rumors.
Maybe we know more about it than we're saying. Maybe we don't. Who really knows?
Secrets.
I'll admit it was a good article. I was impressed.
Right.
Good one.
But if you guys have noticed in the past, we've picked out things that have been pretty much true, except for the 2018 Big Boy Razor that just kind of fell on
What
its
a
face.
friggin'
That
slap in the face.
is
I wish there was a
just-
nailed it button.
Yeah, I know.
Freaking article. Nailed it.
I mean, I think we can give the 2018 Razor another.
Fail.
IMO. I mean,
Dynamics.
what is-
Dynamax.
Nothing like a $6,000 suspension add-on that does absolutely nothing to your travel numbers.
You don't know that, dude. Have you driven one?
I said to your travel
all
numbers.
right.
You don't know that, dude. Have
All
you
right.
ridden one?
What?
No, I
What?
the dynamic system is a cool idea, right? But
Right.
my experience with any shock ever on the planet is that the adjustment just doesn't do that much. So unless
I've seen this, like the compression dampening from
Yeah.
like all the way low to all the way high. Did you see that video?
Did
That-
you watch the video, Doug? I tried to watch
Dude,
get you to
that
watch
was
the video
Anderson.
multiple times. I
that
don't
was a
think you're
freaking trade show display. I mean,
Okay, you're not wrong.
I
Dude,
have,
that's
I have
very
no
true.
confidence that that's representative of the shock. And if you think about the way a shock works, right, the piston going up and down in there, you're not changing that by dialing any knob, right? And that thing's got all your washers and all your ports in it. So, I
Right.
mean, that's your main valving in the shock. And this little screw on the top's just like opening and closing a little bypass, right? So you got some adjustment there, but it's not all that drastic. So I don't buy that, this thing's going from riding on a cloud to frickin' jumping off mountains,
I do like though
200
how
times a second.
I
how
want
it
to know
stiffens.
how. I still want to ride it.
I would love to
still
ride
want to
it.
understand it.
Unfortunately, we're just too damn small, and no one wants to give us free stuff.
Bullshit.
Polaris.
Epic fail.
I feel like we have 100 of these things, and we have used 2 of them. Anybody that's toting this thing as the dynamics thing is a big deal. Why don't you just go ahead and...
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to ride it. I feel like it's really cool about how it flies in the air, and like once it's at full extension of the shock for a second or whatever it is, it stiffens up. I think that's really sweet.
Yeah, they claim it updates like 200 times a second or something.
Yeah, but like
Maybe
it knows when you're jumping.
Right.
Though. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know if you saw that or not. Like if it's
don't know
at
if I
full
picked
extension for a second or more, it goes full stiff, no matter what.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. Like I still think it's. I don't know. I got to drive it.
So they're
I gotta see what it's like.
monitoring the position of the shock. I'm
Constantly.
Not sure.
200
I'm not
seconds,
sure if I knew
a minute.
that. I mean, I knew they were monitoring a lot of things like steering input and throttle and there's
Well, there's yaw sensors
there's
and everything
yaw
as well.
and roll sensors and stuff like that. Right?
So shock position isn't too far past yaw. I mean, if you have yaw and angle and oversteer and countersteer and all that shit tracked.
I mean, I feel like measuring shock position's not that simple of a thing to do.
That's a good point.
But I'm impressed if they're doing it.
Right. So we got some new comments. What do you want to talk about here?
Oh my gosh.
So many.
Yeah, I mean, we're just all over the place. Sorry, guys, I got to get rid of some stuff on my screen here. Wow. Right.
That's a crackhead run across the road.
When is Doug getting a turbo? I'm just waiting for that sponsorship.
Never.
Dude, okay.
All right.
No, go ahead.
So I just
I'm
bought.
sorry.
I haven't really announced this. I think there might have been an Instagram post, but just bought the blog a new tow rig.
Right.
So
No
got
joke,
about
tow rig.
$7,000 into a Ford Excursion.
V10.
So we got a 3-row tow pig to cruise the blog around in. So that's
Right.
pretty much busted my turbo budget for a
Yeah.
little while, but.
And so I think the real thing busting the turbo budget is not this Excursion yada yada. The money's not really a problem here. It's the fact that you're putting it on a goddamn YXZ.
These comments.
Oh no.
Pete wants to know if my chair was stolen from an elementary school. Yeah, Pete, that's representative of the budget here.
This is Miss Lineberger's old chair set from my second grade class, bud.
I've got $400 into all the electronics on this table, so I'm pretty well tapped. Couldn't afford a chair.
It's a good place to be.
This is a good
It's a
studio
rocking
so
place to
far.
be.
So back to the original question here. I think the turbo money is not a big deal realistically. It's the fact that the YXC is just not that great in other areas.
Diminishing return.
Right.
Yeah. I want it bad, but then, I take the X3 for a rip. And
Right.
Totally forget about that.
man.
Yamaha. It's gone out of your mind.
Man. So I was at the dunes this past weekend doing wheelies in my brother's X3.
Steve's
Right?
machine is
And not
fucking
like
crazy.
not like flying over a hill, just the front end getting off the ground, like legit hitting a roller, standing on the throttle, and power wheeling the thing. And
Boy, that'd be a great Instagram post, Doug.
it's just such I was so infatuated with it that I
I know.
just didn't take any pictures of
I've
it or
been there.
stop to get any video. It was such an awesome feeling. So,
Yeah.
I mean, part of me goes, well, you should turbo the YXZ. You could do that all the time. But then, I don't know, just the stability of that chassis, man. It's so good.
It's not just the power on the X3.
No,
more
it's
than-
everything.
So much more than that.
So we're talking a lot about X3s here. I think it's been implied at some point that one of us had bought an X3.
One of us bought an X3?
Really?
That's the thing. So there's been
Did you get an
there's been
X3?
IG
I haven't
posts.
seen it, no.
I'm not sure.
I don't have one, but it's been in the intro,
The intro to our videos?
the side by side blog garage intro. Yeah, it's there.
Listen, I'm not sure whose X3 that is.
It's somebody's X3.
It's not Mike Reed's.
I mean, there's. Listen, there's a
Mike
there's a supercharger in our intro as well, and I don't have one of those either. So.
I don't
That's a good
even have a
point.
YXZ, so whose is that?
Somebody here's just real clever with Photoshop.
Right. Yeah, that wasn't an X3. That's a Wildcat with an X3 front end. Mine's all black. The
You
X3's
could get that
all
on
black.
eBay. You could it's a conversion kit. You remember how you could convert Tahoes to Escalades?
Oh, yeah,
Same
real
exact
simple.
thing.
Oh,
Arctic Cat to freaking X3.
Hell yeah.
No problem.
Possess nothing
Oh,
that the X3
yeah.
has that's positive. Retain everything negative about your Arctic.
Looks cool, bud. Looks really cool.
Why does the epic fail button just apply to us so much?
It's the only one I can actually read. It's got like a nice background on it.
Right.
Oh, so good.
So yeah, if you guys can't tell, I mean, we got a little bit to learn with our setup, but
Right.
it seems to be actually functioning so far.
Functioning. It's feng shuiing
I like
as well.
to make up words sometimes.
Okay, so what's next on the docket here? Everybody slam your beer down as many
All right.
times as we can.
So we don't have.
Okay, get that all out.
The acoustics in here are incredible.
Okay.
The moon room. We're
Yeah.
on the moon.
We're actually it's
Feel
part
like
of the moon, yeah.
Would the moon have the best acoustics or the worst acoustics?
Absolutely the worst. It's in a vacuum.
That
tube.
lack of air just doesn't really.
Science.
I'm starting to learn about waves. Yeah, they don't work very well in a vacuum, bud.
All right.
So having said that, what's the next topic here, bud?
Oh gosh, I mean Textron buyout. Do we care about that anymore?
Yeah, so 2018 Textron Wildcat, man. So they did a stop sale on the trails. I don't know if you know about this
I
yet.
heard about that. I don't know a lot
Yeah,
about it. So.
it's sort of making waves in the Arctic Cat world. So stop sale basically means, or not just stop sale, but stop ride.
Stop
I should
ride.
say. So
Did they sell out to Polaris?
You would think so, but I think it's just Textron.
Polaris.
It's Textron trying to cover their ass, really. So the whole issue really is that I guess part of the heat shield near the what the hell is it? Like behind the seat, basically, there's a plastic piece, some heat shield somewhere. It catches the machine on fire.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a
bad.
Polaris issue, right? Yeah, and these are all the Wildcat trails.
I've never heard of these issues with Polaris. I don't
Well, you also really don't. Oh wait, about Polaris?
know. What models? Are we talking about all Arctic Cat models?
We're talking
Or
about-
all Textron models?
Textron hasn't even made a Wildcat.
No, they
yet.
haven't.
I
no.
watched a
So-
couple Textron videos the other day, and they were
Okay, no. So we're talking about basically the Arctic Cat Wildcat Trail,
Right.
700cc Kimco motor, piece of crap. Actually, it's a pretty good unit. for like $9,000 if you can get one. Anyway, though, point being, they did a stop ride and a stop sale and everything right as they announced the Textron buyout. Not just the buyout, but like the Textron replacement, the name replacement.
Okay.
And so for 2018, they released basically what's a stock Wildcat 1000 limited and base model with the Textron name, and then all the trails as well with Textron name. And then they go ahead and just put a stop ride on it and stop sale.
Oh my gosh, Rick Spencer is commenting right now.
Is this Ricky Spencer?
Yeah,
Ricky Spencer?
This is the Rick Spencer. So I didn't want to interrupt your conversation, but we've been having a lot of comments about call Rick, where's Rick?
Okay, so
Rick
we don't
says,
have the ability yet to do that. We're getting there though.
We will be doing that. Rick says he called all three of us and it's like we're busy or something. So sorry,
Wow,
Rick.
the one time he's called me. This is weird.
We see you out there, bud. We miss you.
Yeah, no. We just saw Rick, I saw him last weekend. He was in town 2 weekends ago, tubing trip.
Yeah. Yep.
Classic good time with Rick.
So I will absolutely invest. This mixer we got is a 4-channel. I will put another mic in this room, Rick, and get you a seat, buddy. So
where you at, Rick?
if you can ever make
Where you
it
at,
up
Rick?
for a side-by-side live, we got you covered, bud.
Right, yeah. I think he would rival bad mic etiquette with Nick, I feel.
Nick was in a band. How can he have bad mic?
I never got a microphone.
You just blew my ears out. It's like you're a drummer or something.
Yeah, no kidding.
I love these microphones.
The microphones are fun. All right, so we got what else is next then? So 2018 Polaris Dynamics, we've done that. Textron buyout, garbage. The double X coming in the spring. I mean, that's going to be cool, but it's going to fall on deaf ears.
Huh?
So I agree. It's probably too little, too late. I think as far as the stop ride goes, the stop sale, stop ride, Textron likely knew that issue was out there, right? So I guess I respect them.
Oh yeah, I'm glad they did it
for doing that. Certainly, before these things are burning down and actually killing people, which does happen. So.
I'm not sure that's happened yet with the Articat model.
No.
With the Polaris, absolutely. Yeah.
With the Polaris, it has. So obviously they don't want to go there. Who wants to go there?
Okay, so what else do we got, bud? Okay, so I can read this comment now.
All right, sorry. See, I got this piece of paper that I scratched down today, and nobody can read my handwriting.
I can read it. I can read it.
I read it in the text. It looks clear as day, dude.
Okay, so
penmanship right there.
The next small topic we wanted to touch before we maybe talk about some more comments is the origin of the phrase "skook the Duke."
You gotta skook it before you duke it.
Not after. We got to do it before.
Everybody knows.
I'm not
that,
even
dude.
sure there is an origin.
No,
I think it just
there is
happened.
there's
one
an origin. There's
of the word.
Okay, which word?
You tell me, Nick. You
Skook?
brought that word into my life. I didn't know about this word. I didn't know skookage.
So I'm the
Yeah.
origin for you. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys have spent a lot of time on YouTube, which like I have, just have some free time during the hours of 8 to 5, where I spend some time on YouTube.
I mean,
it's not like anything that I'm really doing between 8 and 5.
hopefully your boss isn't watching this.
I'm betting she's not. Maybe though, if you are.
JK.
How you doing, Rebecca? Anyway, so
Good woman.
seriously, she's great. Anyway, so if you've watched a lot of YouTube, like I was saying, there's a guy on there. Chris, his name is something, better known as One Pug Life.
One Pug Life.
If you guys have watched One Pug Life, you'll know he basically talks in an Ontario accent, which is essentially like just making up words about everything. And so one of his things that he would say a lot would be skooked. Oh, she's skooked, skooked, blah, blah, blah. She's skooked. And then so what rhymes with skook? Duke. So
skook went from what was the full word? It wasn't just skook.
It was like skookum.
So skookum went from skookum to
skookum's a real word though.
Right. You know the definition.
I don't remember it.
It was something
It's
about
like
excellent or
bravery.
Or
Yeah,
bravery.
bravery.
Or
Yeah. Okay. And then so skook the Duke basically just rhymed, and it's funny, and it's an original phrase for us. Granted, it kind of comes from a spot of unoriginality. I think it's still original.
When you do something skooked out, you just know.
You
Stop
go
and you go, man, I just skooked the Duke.
You go super hard, like Nick's jump at Glamis.
Yeah.
It was pretty hard.
He skooked the Duke on that jump. He
skooked
was
the Duke.
probably 7-8 foot up there. I'm thinking.
You guys scooped the Duke so much on that trip that
There was probably a couple days on that trip where I'd say every other word was skook or
listen, and then there was a couple days.
We could bring this up. I'll touch on it just so you don't have to
Go
lower yourself.
Go ahead. Yeah, I don't. Now that I brought it up, I don't even want to remember it.
Okay,
I was ready to kill you two.
Okay, so a lot of the stuff that you didn't see, there's a small couple bits in the last Colorado video where we did some of this, but 2 whole days, 1000cc Seuss and I spoke in a Mexican Cholo accent. This is not disrespectful to Mexicans. It's like it's endearing.
It just takes
if anything.
over you.
Right.
It just takes over you.
And
It did. That's not even a joke.
Dude, it started with him, and I was fighting with my wife, and he's like, "Hey, that's your lady, fool. You love her." And he said something like that, and then
lady, fool. You love her. Blasting this.
Just please don't do it again, because this is how it started last
It
time.
starts.
You
It's
said
just all
one
fun
thing,
and
Nick
games.
said one thing. Next thing you know, you guys couldn't speak plain English.
no
don't
for
think I
2.
could. I
So I knew there was a problem when I started thinking in the Cholo voice. In my mind, I'm like, "Oh yeah, get some tacos," and I'm like, "Wait, no."
It was a real issue for me. Like I came back home and like I was having problems the last like 2 days at work. Like I just wanted to start talking
In the
this
Cholo accent?
Yeah,
Oh,
for real.
no.
It was real.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
cut it off.
good
right
for
when we
you,
got
man.
back.
That was tough for me.
man.
It's weird.
So any good comments coming in? We got a lot of comments.
There's so many comments, and I just I'm backing up a little bit. So somebody asked about the 2018 Yamahas. So since
Okay,
that was
sure.
kind of a theme, I think we should probably touch on that real fast.
Oh yeah, you're right.
They're total garbage.
I
Yeah.
mean, they're the same
It's
thing.
the same machine,
Well, yeah,
just
they're still a
different
good
colors.
machine, but I mean, as far as a 2018 release, and I guess nobody really expected anything different,
No.
right?
Right.
We sort of knew.
Well,
nothing
what
was
about all
coming,
the
but-
accessories? Like now the factory turbos.
So
and
the
factory,
GYTR's got all
all
sorts
that
of stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. As far
That's
as the actual
available.
machine, it's pretty much
expensive if you ask me, bud.
BNG, and they deleted the door springs, which were kind of nice, I thought, but
Why would they do something like that?
cost savings, but
Bullshit.
Door springs?
makes it easier to enter.
Those are nice doors on the YXZ. If there's something I do appreciate of that machine,
They're not
it's
bad.
those nice doors.
I mean, they're floppy and plastic, but they're there,
They
which is
close
good.
well.
At least they're
they
full
open
and
well.
they seal well,
You
right?
feel like you're in a nice cabin in that.
I do stay dry in that thing, and we go up bombing through the water holes. It does an extraordinarily good job of keeping
Yeah.
the water out.
Yeah.
The front fenders work really well on that machine, actually.
Yeah, surprising. Yeah, they don't look that good, but with stock tires, at least they work real
The
well.
colors look. I thought the 18 colors looked great.
Yeah.
I didn't like them.
I
They
didn't,
looked
I
outdated.
didn't like them either.
Really?
And so I don't
like
know.
the color schemes. I don't know if I like the pattern so much, but I like the color schemes.
Yeah,
Like
the
that
scheme- man,
black and gray one looks nice.
Yeah, if they would have
silver
just
and
kept it
red.
a solid
Silver
color.
and red's pretty sweet too.
I don't like the two-tone on the gray. I wish they just kept it all the same color. And
Yellow.
then on the blue one, they made the roof blue.
Yeah,
which is
that's.
just
I don't
so-
really like that factory
too much
roof
blue.
either.
So tacky, in
Just
my opinion.
like let's take something that's.
I like
kinda weird.
blue, but it's just an injection molded, like, I don't know. It looks like trash.
Yeah, I'm
I
not a
don't
huge
know,
fan
but-
of it. They did move to different tires as well. If you guys want to touch on that,
I'm
I
not a
don't,
big fan of that either.
Yeah, I don't know what they are.
Doug,
I love bighorns. I love bighorns.
I love Bighorns. It took me a year to switch out the crappiest tires in the world to Bighorns. My name's Doug Butterfield, by the way. Thanks,
Listen,
everybody.
we've all made mistakes.
We've made a lot of mistakes. I've made 3 of them in a row with Wildcats, maybe 4. So talking about getting a double X in the spring, maybe. Interesting idea.
Yeah.
Garbage.
I don't think it'd be right if you didn't have one.
Right. It's just I got to be in the back of the group, broken down, and or working on it during times of pleasure.
We need material for garage videos, so
That's a good point. So yeah, I don't know what they went for with tires though. It
I
looked like
I swear
something.
they were 8
oh
ply
my
something,
gosh,
but
we're
I swear
getting
they were
some
Maxis.
bombs dropped in the comments, just like,
just bombs.
you know, why did you guys pick the machines you did, and just,
Okay.
you know, Can-Am versus Polaris, and so
You're gonna have this.
that's going to be pretty deep. So there was one comment about the 4-seater YXZ. When's that coming? The answer
Man.
is never.
Never.
I don't think ever.
Not coming.
That'd be
not
a
coming.
crazy machine of a 4-seater. Maybe
Nah,
it
it's
wouldn't
not.
work right.
It's just too much.
It'd
It's
be
like an 800S 4-seater. They just didn't really work that well.
Yep.
Viking 4-seater though. That came out today as well.
What?
Or maybe
Oh,
it's not a Viking.
the-
Maybe it's a Wolverine 4-seater.
Wolverine 4-seater.
Wolverine. Yamaha one?
Right. You can get like a Viking 6-seater if you guys really want a lot of seats.
Really?
Yeah, man.
You know
3
what that
wide.
sounds like to me?
Epic fail.
Do you want 8 inches of travel and 25-inch Maxis grobs?
Just want to play more of these, even if they don't apply.
And I'm not disrespecting anybody with a Wolverine or a Viking. All right, they're good machines. If you need a machine to go haul your deer out of the woods with, and
That would have worked well, yeah.
You
So
gotta
had
take
a
your
whole
kids
bunch of
out.
dudes up at frickin' deer camp. You're just hanging out, you know.
Right. Classic
trying to
good
go
time.
for a trot, go kill a deer. You have your whole crew with you. It works out.
right. No, I agree.
Oh man. So
Okay. I don't want to like touch on these giant topics for episode 1.
Feel like they could just eat up the entire time, and maybe we'll keep that for another.
But you want to give the people what they want as well. Let's just pick one bomb. One bomb.
That's a big one. Like I could sit here and talk shop about why I chose mine for probably a long
Let's
I,
do it.
I could answer. I could answer for you guys. Like I could tell you guys why you picked the machines.
How
that you
about
did.
this?
Could
How
you?
about we tell each person why they picked the machine?
I don't know if I want to do that.
We're doing it. It's
Okay, so
it's not really up to you.
Who gets to pick who? Is it I do Seuss and Seuss does Doug and Doug does me?
We can just
Or I
kind of
do
go
Doug
around.
and-
No, I like that. Just clockwise around the circle. So you say why Seuss picked the razor.
Okay, all right, so we'll start there. So back in the early days of 1000cc Seuss, there was a guy with the name 900 Nick. You might have seen him in some of our early videos, the Lima 4-wheel Jamboree. He was there. 900 Nick showed up there.
That was a good guy. I remember that fella.
So he was just a
Straight
random,
shooter.
just kind of like I've heard his name echoed throughout the world before. There's a guy I know at work who's friends with Nick, and then we were all supposed to go up riding.
I'd met him, but I didn't really like him that much. So.
Right, he was a little bit.
I
annoying.
remember that. Or
then-
900 Nick.
All right, that's not true. That's just a joke.
So his friend dropped out of the ride, and then I just met Nick, Danielle, and I did. And you weren't. No, we met you up there.
Yeah, I met you guys up there. I was there.
And so I roll up to the gas station where we're meeting Nick at, and there's this freaking Tahoe/Yukon blacked out on 26-inch rims, and this dude pops out with freaking like sweet Wayfarer style Oakleys, slick back hair, leather boots, clean clothes. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck? Anyway, and so it was all good. And
Holy
he was.
moly.
I was nervous. He was nervous, but he had the 900, and that was a good machine. I think he picked that because his friend Scott had an 800S back in the day. The guy with the blue and white YXZ, his friend Scott,
Yep.
had that. And I don't know exactly why he went with the 900. Maybe
I
at the
don't know
time.
either. I think, like, honestly, at the time, I was looking to buy,
Hold on, we lost the stream for some reason.
We
Oops.
lost the stream.
Yep.
Doesn't it say stop streaming?
Okay, we're back.
Did your mouse just scroll accidentally?
No, it actually went to bad. All right, so I think we're on, guys. Just give it a second.
Yeah, big apology on that. I don't want to keep going with the story.
Poopy.
Is it back to good now?
It's bouncing back.
I
and
want
forth.
you back. I want you back. I want you back to good stream, please. That was a good machine. So why are we in bed? I mean, you got good Wi-Fi here?
I don't know.
Where's
Yeah,
your
I got-
router?
I got good Wi-Fi. My router's right down the hall, so I mean we got a direct.
Okay.
Maybe it would be better next time if we did, like, a straight Ethernet feed. Can you do that?
Yeah, we have to maybe just do a wired feed.
Because that's, like, a huge difference.
Yeah. Yep. Gosh, it still says stream status bad.
How does it look in the video
What are they
preview?
saying, yeah?
It's
Oh,
glitchy.
it's choppy,
Yep.
man. I'm hoping the audio's still good at least. That would be, because if the audio's bad too, that would really suck.
Yeah, I mean I think let's just keep going.
What do the comments say? Are they talking at all?
Okay,
What's the quality
it's
like for you
saying,
guys?
Okay, so they're saying the audio stayed working. Audio never went out. So, sorry guys, thanks. You know, we'll tune
Yeah.
this in. We'll get some better wires and things like that for next time.
We're
but,
doing the best we can. Doug put this together on shoestring budget. Not a lot of time. We're all real busy. He did a hell of a job getting us here.
Yeah,
so.
I got it
amazing
working at
job.
like midnight last night. So,
Just amazing.
Right.
oh man.
So having said all of that though, back to the Polaris story with
What
Nick.
were we talking about?
So we're trying to figure out why you bought a Polaris. My opinion would be simply
Ben
because
Boatwright says the problem is we're on the moon.
We're on the moon.
It's so obvious. It's so obvious.
yeah,
now.
it's hard to get reception up here when your router's 289 million miles that way.
That's that new.
Okay, so anyway though,
I thought the whole point of this was to tell me why I bought my Razor.
I'm trying to get there, but you just were like, you took over the conversation.
Oh, go ahead.
And then we're on the
Continue.
moon, and the stream crashed. So like, I can't tell you why you bought your Razor.
Well, that's the whole point of this, isn't it?
I'm gonna tell you right now why you bought your Razor.
Why is it?
Because at the time, it was the best machine.
The 900 XP?
Yeah, that was it.
I mean, in my heart, that's still the best machine. You guys could argue with me, but until you've driven that thing through the trail, as hard as I used to rip it, she was a good rig.
I drove it. I hated it.
Not for you, dude.
I mean, I don't know. I could probably rebut that it's the best machine, but
I
In
mean,
my heart.
in his
In
mind,
my heart,
Yeah,
Doug.
it's like why you love your wife, despite maybe.
No, that was not
Just
the best
kidding, darling.
machine. It was far from the best machine. But
your
it was
buddy
still
had a Polaris 800. You bought a 900.
No, I
you
just
became the
personally-
Polaris guy, and then you got the 1000.
That's
I
not
mean,
even
it's-
what it's about. I don't even want to go in this. Let's just say I ended up with a 900.
Okay, he ended up with a 900. All right, so my opinion was basically because at the time it was the best machine.
That's not what it was. I just prefer. Okay, maybe it was. I don't know.
Well, what else was
at
better
the time,
than
I
an
don't
XP
know. I used
900?
to like. One, I liked, you know what I mean? Like, so there was a time, this is a long time ago, when I thought the Articats looked awesome.
Well, they did look awesome.
They did. Big word there, did, before any other side-by-side ever came out.
Yeah. Right.
Sorry, no offense.
When all we had was a land of Commander 800s.
Right. It was fucking
Oh, you're right.
cream of the crop.
You're right. I remember back in the day seeing like the early Wildcat and thinking
That
how
green?
wild,
Yeah.
how wild it looked. Just the suspension was huge.
5-link suspension,
Yeah,
freaking
so
trailing arms.
serious
It was wild. It really was wild.
It was a Wildcat.
All right, so
Back to
Back to, I don't know. I bought
So-
a 900 because I drove it. I went to this place
You
in the
felt
friggin' in the thumb. I drove it. I'm like, I gotta have that machine tomorrow. It could have been anything. Also, I liked the way it looked, and I liked it had trailing arms. And it was a Polaris.
that's a good point.
right
I was never I never had a brand that I liked. I just
until now.
until now.
Yeah, right. Now you're not gonna get them out of one.
All right, so now
I don't know.
Turn to figure out why Doug bought the YXZ. This is a simple answer. I'm glad you have
This guy
I'm glad
right
you have
here,
this one.
okay, had this monster Can-Am that I used to just love following. It was just this, he would just beat it to the moon, and then Yamaha came out with a machine, and then the freaking Yamaha blasted out of Doug's eyes. I have to have one. The dude loves Yamaha, dude.
Oh my gosh.
We gotta tell him the story about what we were doing. We put something. Oh,
I think it quit there again for a
Did it?
second, but you guys keep commenting.
Can you still hear us?
Let us know.
What is up with this, man?
Yeah.
Maybe
Audio down.
Audio's down too.
Yep.
Such potential.
Encoder.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
All over the place, Nick. I love it.
All right, guys. So we're trying. If you're getting any of this,
Is it coming back?
I just don't get it. Why is it? Just what's bad about
they're
it?
saying they lost us.
By technology.
So I have to decide at some point if it's worth shutting down and restarting.
Well, we could literally Well, where does your cable come in at? Is there a cable in this room?
Everyone,
If there's no cable in this room, we can't put your router in here.
There's no cable in this room.
And then we obviously can't.
I think at the store.
It'll work again.
Odor.
So you can't hear it.
Interesting.
I love it. So it's still bad.
It still says bad. Yeah. We're trying. If you're
What makes it bad? What's bad about it? Why is it?
Let's see. We're trying to fire back up here. So
Man, YouTube Live just sucks. I'm a little bit upset, like, because some people do this on Ustream or Twitch, and it's just like beautiful.
yeah. We're trying, guys.
What does it say under the bad thing?
YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering.
Not seeing enough video.
And I mean, in OBS, it looks absolutely fine.
Right.
Okay, so, gosh, I just don't know.
What's going
30
on?
frames per second, but kilobytes per second is way down.
To what?
So
Like under-
1800.
Oh, no, that's fine.
That's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 1.8 megabytes a second. That's good video.
Gosh, it shows red in those numbers. That's why.
Oh, okay, interesting. Open it up again, I guess. Let me see OBS real quick. I've not messed with it. But.
So, yeah, direct wire it. Some people saying the audio's still working good now.
So
So we're here
we're still here.
this whole time.
I don't know, man.
Tell you what.
I don't have control of this.
What a weird room.
Yeah, so I think I don't know what the issue is. You know, we're gonna have to try to improve things for the next time. But it looks like we've got at least bare minimum audio. People are saying it's working. So
Okay, audio or video?
audio. Some people say audio is good. Video is buffering.
Just let me see OBS for a sec. I'd be curious to see what it's doing. I don't really know anything about it, but
So this is what.
that's 2 kilobytes a second.
Yeah,
So
it was 8.
Would you click there?
Start streaming.
Oh, start streaming. Okay, and that must be something within YouTube or within. Just says no data.
No data still. It usually takes a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, back to good. Okay.
Ugh.
Must be. Yeah, we got to figure out how to hardwire that camera into power without going.
No,
it's
now we're back to no data.
What the hell? Now it's bad. I'll probably go back to good in a sec here. Man, sorry guys.
We're just dropping so many frames all of a sudden. I don't understand that. I mean, I could try a router reset or something of that nature, but
I mean, that has nothing to do with that. This doesn't. This is independent of the internet.
right. I don't know. Not receiving enough video. So it's an OBS/Sparko cam. So now we jump back up 3,000.
No, we're good. So 3,000 kilobytes?
Yep.
I guess it'd be okay. Yeah.
Drop frames going down.
Yeah.
So hopefully we come back here.
No. Well, now it's going back to yellow on the OBS. Oh, you freaking thing.
All right, guys.
So what do the comments say about it?
We'll wait for some new ones to come in. A lot of not working now. Brian's saying hang in there. He's got faith in us. So
Brian Lewis has a lot of faith in people. I got to say, that guy.
Does any of your video equipment say Wildcat on it? That may explain
This
it.
is a texter on camera. I thought it would be good. Man, let's think about the problem here. What could be the problem?
This is saying, stream's current bit rate is low.
So, is that a USB 3.0 on your computer?
It is. I think that's a 3.0 port.
I mean, that should do. Even the 1.0 should do 40 megabytes a second.
I mean, and it was working fine for a half an hour, right?
Yeah, it's like it gets to some half-hour point and just shuts down.
Just bouncing all over the place.
So that doesn't have anything to do with the internet itself. That's something through
that's
that program?
The computer, yeah.
Seems to be, yeah.
How fresh is that computer, Doug?
It's a year old.
Yeah, seems good. Yeah, it's got an i5.
What do we say?
Garbage, but
True. Still strong processors.
oh man. Is it still dropping frames in OBS?
It's still dropping frames, yeah.
What can we do about that?
Not receiving data. I don't know. Is it possible we got like a sensor issue in the camera? Sensor overheat, something of that nature?
Gosh, it could be a sensor overheat. I mean, it's a DSLR, no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we're just not getting it back.
A lot of people are having OBS dropping frame issues on the old internet.
Man, it just goes away and comes back. Wow, yeah. Just flashing back and forth.
Is that a T5i?
Yeah. Oh no, T6i cam.
Yeah, and I didn't bring my DSLR. We could have plugged it in or something.
I don't have a license for the Nikon.
Oh, it takes
A separate license.
Jesus.
I mean, I'll buy one if. All right, guys, we're trying hard. Playing with a bunch of settings. We got some issues. Obviously, this is the longest. You're back, working better now. I just cranked the bit rate up in OBS, and it seemed to make it better.
Crank the bit rate up? I guess I don't even know what that means.
But then it's fallen again, so I feel like we're going to drop back out.
Is it?
You can set a maximum bit rate.
Oh.
And I just turned it up. And it cranked up for a while, and then, man, it's just all over the board, so. SideBySideBlog.com went live and broke YouTube. Hell yeah. All right, so I think we're back, sort of, guys. We apologize. I promise we will get this sorted out, you know.
So are we streaming live now? I'm curious to know if it's good. So it's back to good.
It says it's back to good.
How does the stream look on your end right there, Doug? Oh, you can't even see it.
No, I can't.
Screw it. As long as it says good, let's just keep rolling.
Yep.
So it didn't mean to be side railed there by some technological issues.
Zoomed in a lot now. Interesting. Not
Yeah,
sure why that is.
it was cropped, yeah.
Oh, wow. Weird.
Did you inadvertently zoom the camera in?
I don't think so, but
Maybe when you reset the battery or something.
Oh yeah, probably when you grabbed it to reset the battery.
I would use this time.
Oh, is it all the way out?
Take a pee.
Yeah.
It must be within your Sparko cam, dude. Because it's all the way out.
all right. Well,
No, oh. Is there like a zoom thing there? So weird.
Focus adjustment. I don't know what happened, guys.
Screw it. It still works.
Yeah.
Just, you guys got to mix it in a bunch. Yeah, that's...
All right, everybody who's still out there, thanks for bearing with us. We'll get this figured out. It's
right.
Sounds like it still doesn't look good. Video jumps, audio's decent, so we'll continue on, and then yeah, lots of drop frames.
Gosh, how annoying.
Sorry, guys. We'll work on it, but
So DSLR is not the hot thing to use for a web...
man, it just dropped again.
To no data. What the...
Yeah. I don't know what to do about that, and then I mean it jumps right back up.
And it's like cropped too. I don't get what happened there.
We lost the moon.
I mean, we didn't lose the moon.
We lost the Earth.
Right. That's even worse.
Oh gosh, I just don't know this. I mean, I just got this crap working, so I don't know this software well enough to really understand what might be going on. It could be a hardware issue. It could be a software issue.
Gosh, man, I thought we were good, but I never really thought about the DSLR overheating. That could be it. Like a real thing.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, worst case, I think we can set up one of our other cameras to make this work, but at this point, it's not going to be doable. So it's green. We're good.
Yeah.
It's green, never in between.
So OBS is still good.
OBS is still good, and it's we got good bit rate now. So I mean, YouTube will follow up shortly. This usually lags a bit, so
Yeah.
I think maybe we're overheating our camera.
Yeah, it could be it.
We'll power through.
So, everybody out there, again, thanks for sticking with us. I'm sure a lot of people left there just because it was getting annoying. 10 minutes of just crap sucks, but
Right.
teething,
right.
bro.
I'm
Teething
thinking-
problems.
I'm thinking about leaving.
Oh, come on, Doug.
Just kidding. Just
Come
kidding,
on.
guys.
You got to be able to take the heat, brother.
So I think we heard why Nick assumes that I bought the Yamaha.
Did we hear that? Did they catch that?
Well,
or
yeah,
did they
he's-
crash before.
I think so.
Yeah, I think we heard that.
Yeah, the guys.
I remember it.
The guys' blood is that
It's just-
Yamaha blue. What I was going to tell you is about how we sabotaged the garage one time and it didn't even last like 15 minutes.
Oh my God, yeah.
Ice pack the camera. I mean, yeah, that's a recent comment, so people are still with us to some extent.
They
So.
can still hear us to see us?
It never stopped for me. That seems
No
impossible. That's awesome, though.
Someone wasn't paying attention. That's what that means. We love
I
you, though.
literally stopped the stream a few times trying to fix it.
We love you. So yeah, having said that, I guess one funny story
Oh,
that
Pete says didn't hear why the YXZ. Damn it.
okay.
Didn't hear why Doug bought a YXZ.
All right, Doug.
Yeah, they didn't hear it, dudes.
All right,
So, I
Nick,
mean,
you got to retell the whole story.
You don't have to retell it. It was a short story, whatever.
From
It was a
square
short
one.
story. What did I say?
It was. I bought the Maverick. You
Oh
loved
yeah,
the Maverick.
so I
you
love
wanted
Doug
to
as a
get rid of
Can-Am man.
Razor
The guy
for
was a
Maverick.
Can-Am man. You know what I mean? I knew
He's a
Doug as
Can-Am
this
man.
Can-Am man. I didn't Can-Am man. So I never knew Doug as this Yamaha dude. And turns
Until-
out he's a Yamaha 100%. Doesn't
Yeah, man.
matter what it is. She's a Yamaha.
If it's a Yamaha, he has it.
he has it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Bleeds
right.
bleeds
You're right.
blue. It
And
bleeds
I mean,
yellow
it's
now.
just- It's just because they're the highest quality. I mean, that's just.
Are they, Doug?
It is what it is. They're the toughest out there.
Toughest?
By
Doug?
far. By far.
By far.
Interesting.
I don't
Interesante.
even know Sorry, guys. I'm trying to reset up all this garbage that I kind of let go when we were trying to get the stream working again. Bear with me.
We're getting her going. All balls racing.
All balls racing.
That's
Whoa!
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 Listen.
That
was-
Check the stream quality. Did anybody see it? Did anybody see it?
They-
They didn't.
I don't know. But
Oh man, yeah. So you guys might have missed a nice view of something.
it's
teaser.
still in and out.
This is so silly, Billy.
Yeah, it sucks.
Bless you, Nick. All right, so let's. You want to give it like 5 more mins? Maybe just like slowly conclude this and just.
I think we should
kill
try
it.
to because this quality's just it kind of sucks to watch.
Yeah, I just don't think we're gonna get it back. So.
No. We'll just
I mean, we can continue this on the next one with our equipment worked
we'll
out
restart that story.
a little bit. A
Right.
little bit
Yeah.
better,
So,
I'm-
speaking of how often we're gonna do this, I'm thinking probably once a week, Monday or Wednesday, would work for me.
Yep. I
Maybe.
like that.
Yep.
I know Nick, your work schedule doesn't really allow for a Thursday.
Monday,
Maybe a Tuesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
'Kay.
Those are good days.
Yeah, with a little bit of planning time, I could do any of them. So.
Anyway, excuse me about
Man.
burping there.
Well, I mean, I'm bummed. We got
So-
a lot more to talk about, but
We'll save it. Just make next week's that much more enjoyable.
yeah.
It's gonna be. We'll have a lot to cram in.
Yeah, sorry to push you guys out soon. I think we had 10 minutes of bad,
Technical difficulties.
about 25 minutes of good.
Yep. So,
So-
thanks for the guys that stuck with us,
Yeah, absolutely.
and we will come back with a new and improved rig and make things a little smoother next time.
Yeah, so thanks again, everybody. Episode 1,
In the books, boys.
Side by Side
We're
Blog
on
Live.
the internet, boys.
We're on the internet. What the heck?
So yeah, my soundboard app is
Right there.
is free, which means it's advertisement driven. See,
Right.
I don't really have an exit sound. Listen,
Give
we're
us
not
an
really
idiot.
prepared, so. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, until next time, guys. Peace.